Welcome to my channel, Purposeful Play, where I talk about all things early childhood education. I'm Danielle, and I teach 4K in Wisconsin. And today, I thought I would share with you what we have out for the kids to play with this week. So let's get started. In the block center, we have some animals, some trees, our wood blocks. We still have some balls out, some ramps, or they're actually roads that I painted, but we're using them for ramps for rolling, some big trees there. And then we also have on our low table here a wrecking ball that I made using just PVC pipe and those connectors. And my daughter is a ballerina, so I have this old holy tights, and then the kids can build towers and see if they can knock them down. On our carpet, the kids have been having a lot of fun playing with the balloon and the soccer ball and just passing it back and forth to each other and kicking it back and forth, and it gets a little wild, but we're kind of okay with it. We have the napping house out this week on our whiteboard, or not our whiteboard, our flannel board. We've got the little pieces for the napping house along with the book, and the kids can also play with the marble run on the carpet. In our dramatic play, we actually have a bowling alley, but for some reason when the kids clean up, they put the pins in the fridge, and I think the ball is probably being cooked in the stove. We have a whiteboard here with markers, and the kids have been having so much fun keeping score and tallying and counting and all kinds of stuff. So it's great for, you know, that gross motor. They are using the fine motor to write their name, the counting, the literacy, just about anything and everything is happening here. So we have a couple of tables. This one actually right now does not have anything on it because there are no kids today, but we've had Play-Doh out because the kids have just been enjoying a lot of the Play-Doh and little pieces of stuff like eyeballs and cotton balls and feathers, and they can make snowmen. And then if they don't want to do that, then they can pull out something that's on the shelf here. We've got Sequence, which is a game. We've got some puzzles here, and then a game of tic-tac-toe here that they can play. And I was reading something about tic-tac-toe, how 4-year-olds are so I don't know if self-centered is the right word, but self-centered, and they only think of themselves when they're playing tic-tac-toe, so all they want to do is win. They don't think about blocking, and then as they get older, they think about that blocking. So it's been interesting to see who is doing that and who is not. At the Discovery Center, the kids have been learning how to be scientists. So we're talking about the 5 senses, and this was looking and the sense of sight. So the kids use these little pipettes, and then there's colored water in there, and they can drop it onto the cotton balls to see if they can make new colors, and then some bins to mix and pour with. So that was one thing we did yesterday, and we do they can choose to make themselves a little science journal, and this student was using the science journal, and they were using our Feely box here, and they were putting balls in there, and then they were having to describe the balls with how they felt. Let's see, there were all different kinds of ones, and then they could draw a picture of a ball, or the ball in their journal. Let's see what this one, oh look, see? She drew a picture of a little spiky ball. So this is just one we're gonna keep at our Discovery Center, and then they can continue to be scientists. We also have on the shelf here, let's see, we have these little tiny boxes. I bought these at a dollar store in Canada, and I loved them. It's Dollarama has them, which is the dollar store in Canada, and they weren't $1. I think they were probably $2 or $3. And then I just put out pom-poms, and the kids just really do whatever they want with them. And then over here is a whole bunch of styrofoam balls and toothpicks, and the kids can poke them in there and put them together and make all kinds of whatever they want. You can tell we are in the middle of our ball study. On the shelf here, we've got, oh, I guess we're having these little containers in here too. We have these little guys, and they're eating letters. They're eating uppercase letters, and it's just fun to sit here and talk to the kids about what letters they see and how hungry is your guy and how many are you gonna feed him. We have some shapes here, and then I also have our felt boards, and we've been talking about feelings, so we're looking at feelings and making feeling faces. How do they feel? We have our handwriting without tears little magnetic boards, and then there's some whiteboards and markers here, and then some letter cards that they can practice their letters. At our writing center right now we've got some stamps with the alphabet, all uppercase. We always have books and paper here, and then we have these little trays. They will have sand in them tomorrow, colored sand, and then the kids can use the eraser end of a pencil to practice their letters, and then they can use the lowercase letters in here. We are working on a little bit more on lowercase letters right now. So a little song that we sing is, I reach into my bag and I pull one out. Do you know its name? Then give it a shout. And they pull one out, and they can practice writing that in the sand. I've got my stuff on the table there, and I'm just packing up and getting ready to go, but we've actually had an open art all week. We read the book The Most Magnificent Thing, which if you haven't read that one, it's fantastic. I'll link it down below. And the kids can create magnificent stuff using whatever they want. And then tomorrow we're actually getting ready to put out we're learning about what's inside balls this week, so we're putting out balloons, and then we're going to make our own little stress ball with the flour and funnels and scoops and stuff with our balloons. And I wanted to show you one more thing. The kids, I drew and cut out some numbers, and so we put them up there because somebody was doing something and they wanted to know, how do you make the number 5? And so I thought, what great opportunity to put numbers up here so they can see them. And then somebody wanted to do another number, and I said, well, we've already got them to 10. And they said, well, what about some letters? And I'm like, okay. And so we started making our letters here, and look at how they've done them. All lowercase letters, and they're just decorating them however they want using the stuff in our art shelf there. And I love when kids are decorating and creating and have total say in what our classroom looks like. And the last thing I want to show you is this board here. Kids, when they give me a piece of art, and I ask them if they want me to take it home or hang it up, I always hang it up here if they want me to keep it here. And then I have that big heart there, and we read the book Heartprints. Again, really sweet book. I'll link it down below. But anytime we notice someone being extra kind, we write it on a card or a heart, and then we thank them for being so kind, and then we hang it up right there. Bin. We are allowed to have a sensory bin in our class as long as kids are washing before they use it and right after they use it. And this week we just have dinosaurs and some trees and some wood pieces. And I'm okay if things are not always directly connected or related to our study, because it doesn't always have to be like that. That is what's going on in our class this week. Today's Wednesday, so on Friday we'll switch up a few things and start next week. So this week was what is inside a ball, or what's a ball made out of, or something like that. And then next week is who uses balls. So we're gonna change things up slightly and continue on with our ball study. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Hit the subscribe button because I'm recording more and more every day. And have a happy day.